it's important also to know what you are willing to compromise on, right? Because in today's market, it's so aggressive, it's so competitive. As I said before, there's such a lack of quality inventory that if you are willing to compromise on certain things, come in right away, come in strong with those. If you don't care about a shortened due diligence or higher earnest money deposit, why play games there? If price is your number one non-negotiable, then be a little bit more compromised on the other factors.
When do you know when to say no, especially as it pertains to like 1031 exchange and it's high stakes, right? And likewise, I'm 38, so maybe just 1 year older, right? When I started my career in 2006 at Marcus Millichap, it was some of the run up and some of the highest values in real estate. And then there was the crash basically that happened, right? And you're going, there's a lot of people who wanted to say no, should have said no, right? And their 1031 exchanges, but they didn't say no. And then they're paying the price for it. So what has been your assessment of when to say no as it pertains to compromise and different thoughts?
Great question. So I'll give you another story, another quick example. This weekend, I happened to be in West Michigan with my wife. We came back a little early because there was an auction. It was a forced bankruptcy auction. She really wanted to go. I thought it'd be fun. We went there. We didn't buy the Lamborghini, but we were interested in some Persian rugs for our new home. And we had set very specific guidelines for what we were looking for and what price we were willing to pay. And as the auction went on, it was very interesting. There were a lot of very strong sales tactics being used. Confederates in the audience, the auctioneers really pushing things. And I got into a bidding war with someone over a specific rug. And I knew that my hard limit was $7,500. And we're auctioning up 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. Immediately the auctioneer gets to 8,000. And he told me, so I bid 7,500 and he goes, I have 8,000. And I stood up and I said, no, you don't. You have 7,500. He goes, well, I have 7,500 over here. I said, no, you don't. That guy was 7,000. And everyone's like looking at me like, who is this guy? And he goes, well, sir, do you want 8,000? And I said, absolutely not. Because I knew that the stakes were high. This is a rug I want for my home. It's way undervalued and other people are bidding and everybody's watching and my wife wants it and I want it. But at the end of the day, I knew that my limit was a hard limit at 7,500. And you know what? Another rug came up later that was a better rug and I had a different price in mind and I got that one. So it's really important to know going in, what are those hard limits? And if you're in a situation where you say, oh, well, that was my hard limit, but now the auctioneer pushed me up. There are other buyers. There's other situations in the market. This is a great deal. Really, it's very important to stay firm. On the other hand of the coin, though, what I'd like to say is that it's important also to know what you are willing to compromise on, right? Because in today's market, it's so aggressive, it's so competitive. As I said before, there's such a lack of quality inventory that if you are willing to compromise on certain things, come in right away, come in strong with those. If you don't care about a shortened due diligence or higher earnest money deposit, why play games there? If price is your number one non-negotiable, then be a little bit more compromised on the other factors.
Yeah, so much wisdom there. I can tell why you're a commercial real estate pro, Dan. And I want to just kind of pull this out a little bit, right? So separating the certainty of conviction versus the emotion, right? And so you should already establish those values, those convictions, those numbers, those underwriting, where you're willing and able to go, financially speaking, emotionally speaking, before the negotiation.
Sure.
Okay. And setting that hard boundary. This is what it is. And now on the flip side of that, you say, well, first of all, is that a fair summary on the first part?
I'm sorry, is that a what?
Is that a fair summary on that first part? Did I capture
Yeah,
that?
I love it. You said it very succinctly and quite well.
Perfect. Now,